Hello everyone, my name is Alana B. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like. Americanpickers alum Frank Fritz's conservatorship lawyer has demanded to be paid over $2,000 for his services in the case. Frank, 59, was placed under a conservatorship after he suffered a debilitating stroke on July 14, 2022 that left his decision-making capacity so impaired. The U.S. Sun can exclusively reveal lawyer Nate Lake, who represents Frank's conservator and guardian, requested $2,030 for his legal services. His services include telephone calls, court appearances, drafting court filings, conferences, and more. The Iowa judge on the case granted the request and ordered the guardian and conservator to pay the fees. Frank's lawyer filed a motion to approve attorney fees in February. Frank's attorney, who was appointed to him by the court, requested the conservator, which is Midwestone Bank, to pay $1,200 in fees. The court document reads, "The undersigned respectfully requests the court approve the reasonable attorney fees in the above matter and grant authority to the court-appointed conservator to pay out such fees. The fees include $450 to visit Frank in the hospital twice, $120 for his appearance at the guardianship hearing in September 2022, $150 to review court filings, and more." The judge on the case approved the request. Frank's friends filed an emergency appointment of a temporary guardian and conservator for the Star on August 18. The documents obtained by the U.S. Sun read, "Because of his stroke, Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to care for his own safety or to provide for necessities such as food, shelter, clothing, or medical care, without which physical injury or illness may occur. Mr. Fritz's decision-making capacity is so impaired that he is unable to make, communicate, or carry out important decisions concerning his own financial affairs." An exhibit was mentioned in the court papers from a doctor, confirming Frank does not have decisional capacity. The legal papers continued, "Decisions must be made for Mr. Fritz's care and placement while he continues to recover and receive treatment for his injuries. Appointment of a guardian and conservator is necessary to avoid immediate harm to him." The petitioner requested a separate longtime friend of Frank's, who has been assisting him in decision-making since the stroke, be his guardian. Midwestone Bank is the conservator to handle Frank's financial affairs. The guardian and conservator were both approved by the court. Midwestone Bank filed an initial plan that revealed Frank's monthly expenses. Frank spends $28,292 monthly on expenses, including $22,832 on in-home healthcare. The healthcare alone will cost $273,984 yearly for the Star. The court papers read, "Assets will be invested to start generating income for Mr. Fritz." The conservator has not inventoried Frank's many collectibles and antiques, but they plan to leave them largely as they are now. The conservator will work with the guardian to integrate Mr. Fritz into management decisions as he continues to recover. A checking account with a small balance will be available for Frank's personal use. The conservator will also work to apply for disability income for the protected person should he be eligible. Frank owns the antique store Frank Fritz Finds in Illinois. The initial plan filed by conservator Midwestone Bank read, "Mr. Fritz is a well-known collector and has numerous outbuildings full of valuable collections." The conservator has not yet inventoried those items, but plans to leave them largely as they are now, with the exception of stocking Mr. Fritz's antique store in Savannah, Iowa as needed. Conservator is hopeful Frank will be able to participate in selection and pricing of items as he did previously. Frank entered an Iowa rehabilitation center after his release from the hospital on September 6. The U.S. Sun previously reported 911 calls placed from the house, resulting in Frank being rushed to the hospital when he was released from rehabilitation. On November 17, Frank's caregiver called 911 because he was having a seizure. She told the operator, "He just came home from inpatient rehab for a stroke. He just had a full-blown seizure, maybe more than one. He's been shaking." She then asked the operator if there is anything she can do to help him, as she was transferred to medical. On December 7, another caregiver called 911 for elevated blood pressure. She said on the call, "I have a 59-year-old stroke victim with elevated blood pressure." You could hear Frank moan in the background, as she could be heard telling him, "You have to go because your blood pressure is too high." He responded, "Oh." In the final two calls, another caregiver called 911 on December 21 for possible pneumonia. Frank's guardian then called the next day. He said in the call, "I'm going to need an ambulance to take someone to the hospital because I think they have pneumonia. I'm the guardian. He's handicapped. He's wheelchair-bound." Frank last appeared on Americanpickers during a March 2020 episode, as he took time off to recover from back surgery, which left him with 185 stitches and 2 rods in his spine. During his time off the show, Frank lost 65 pounds. He also told the U.S. Sun that he entered rehab for alcohol addiction in Iowa for 77 days. Frank revealed his feud with co-star Mike Wolfe during the 2021 interview with the U.S. Sun. Frank said, "I haven't talked to Mike in 2 years. He knew my back was messed up, but he didn't call me up and ask how I was doing. That's just how it is." The show is tilted towards him 1000%. "I can't even bend that far down to show you how much." That's fine. It's like you've got Aerosmith and there's Steven Tyler and he's the frontman. I found my spot. I'm second and he's number 1 on the show. That's no problem with me. Maybe he does have a problem. He even admitted, "I think Mike wants to get his brother Robbie in there to replace me. I don't know why he's behaving like that towards me." But Mike, 58, has denied the stars are feuding. Americanpickers stars Mike, Robbie, and Danielle Colby. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Americanpickers, and stay with us.